Six Flags has announced their new rides and attractions for 2024, and it might just be one of the best years ever for Six Flags.
In this video, we will be discussing, ranking, and sharing our opinions on all these new additions coming to the Six Flags chain.
On August 19th, Six Flags Over Georgia announced that they would be getting an all-new Intamin Ultra Surf, which is a variation of another Intamin model called the Surf Rider, but it has an airtime hill in the middle and a splashdown.
Then, on August 26th, Six Flags Fiesta Texas announced that they would be expanding their DC universe. They will be adding and retheming many rides such as the Zamperla Nebula Z and a Family Drop Tower.
And then, on August 30th, Six Flags released their official announcement video, which includes every single addition to their parks in 2024, except one which you will find out about later. The first one being Six Flags St. Louis and Six Flags Great America, which are both getting Zamperla Discoveries.
Great Adventure also finally announced their long-awaited new for 2024 coaster, Flash Vertical Velocity, which is the first Vekoma Super Boomerang in the US. They had been teasing this for a very long time, and the community gathered together to try and solve the puzzles that Six Flags posted on Twitter.
In the same video, Six Flags America announced that they would be retheming the old area where Mind Racer is. It will now be steampunk themed and will also feature a Zamperla Nebulas, the return of the old stunt show, and 3 reimagined attractions. In addition, Mind Racer will be getting new trains and a repaint. I hope maybe Darien Lake learned something from that.
In addition to that, Six Flags Over Texas will be combining their log flumes to create one extra long course. Hopefully, they will also be retheming the entire ride and rebranding it.
Bobcat is a new Gravity Group family wood coaster coming to Six Flags Great Escape. It will be a near clone of Timber at Walibi Rhône-Alpes in France, and it will also be their first coaster since 2005. So it will have been almost 20 years until this new coaster at Great Escape. And Great Escape really needed it. But now that we have that out of the way, let's rank all of them up against each other.
Starting at number 7 is El Rio Lento, Six Flags Over Texas's reimagined log flume. I'm very excited for this because it has so much potential. The only reason it is ranked so low is because there is barely any information about it yet. But once we know more, I bet it will move up on our rankings.
At number 6 is Joker Carnival Chaos at Six Flags St. Louis and Sky Striker at Six Flags Great America. I think this ride is a perfect fit for both of these parks. Six Flags Great America is the biggest park in the chain without a Giga Discovery, and Six Flags St. Louis recently removed their classic Excalibur ride, which is very similar to this type of ride. So this will be a very good replacement.
Next, we have number 5, Steamtown. If you know me, I love steampunk, and to see a whole steampunk land rebuilt at Six Flags America makes me so happy. That park really needed it, especially Mind Racer, which was famous for being incredibly painful and rough. The only bad thing about this refurbishment is that Mind Racer will be renamed to Suspended Coaster. What were they thinking? Hopefully this is just a placeholder name until they come out with something better in the future.
Up next at number 4 is DC Universe at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. This is an expansion of their DC universe from before, with a Kid Drop Tower themed to Shazam, a Nebula's themed to Cyborg, and a Metropolis monorail taking you over the new area. It also comes with a few old rides being rethemed too. I think this is a cool addition to Fiesta Texas, but the only problem is that it was overhyped just too much. Even with teasing a Premier Skyrocket 2, and people even thinking that would be a hyper coaster from B&M or Intamin or any manufacturer. But in the end, I think this will still be a very much needed good addition to the park, and it will only make it a better Six Flags park overall.
For number 3, we have Six Flags Over Georgia's Ultra Surf. This will be the first of its kind and looks super fun. I'm a huge fan of water rides and spinning rides, so to see them combined into one is awesome. I'm very glad that Intamin is reaching out of the comfort zone and building something very unique.
Number 2 is Six Flags Great Adventure with their all-new Vekoma Super Boomerang called Flash Vertical Velocity. I'm just gonna say, I'm not a huge fan of the name. I understand that it was easier to reuse it from the old ones, but even before this, I just wasn't a fan of the name at all. I like V2 better. But anyway, who really cares about the name? Because this will be the first modern Thrill of Vekoma coming to the US, because Circuit Breaker probably won't open until 2035. And I always wanted one of these new boomerangs to come somewhere closer to me than China. And even though this was a last minute addition to the park, I still feel like it's a good addition for their 50th anniversary. And that's not all. They will be repainting the Ferris wheel and Nitro, which has probably one of the worst color schemes on any roller coaster out there. So you might be wondering, why is this at number 2? That's because,
for number 1, we have Bobcat at Six Flags Great Escape. Now at first this may sound odd, but hear me out. Six Flags has done literally nothing to Six Flags Great Escape, a park that has so much potential. And to see it finally get some love after 20 years is very exciting. Objectively, Flash Vertical Velocity is taller, faster, longer, goes upside down, and may be a better coaster overall. But to finally see Six Flags taking care of a park they've abandoned for 2 decades is even more exciting in my opinion.
overall, I think Six Flags has a really good year planned for coasters and rides. Even if it's not as crazy as 2000, which I don't think any year will ever be, it's still cool to see the chain investing in new thrill coasters again, with even giving some of the more neglected parks a new addition. Even Great Escape at the top of the list is a park I didn't think would be getting anything anytime soon. And the best part is that I hear next year will be even better for Six Flags. This year they spent $200 million on new attractions. Next year they're going to be spending $250 million. So if you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and Coaster Classifications' channel too, because he makes some really great videos and vlogs. And I will see you in the next video.